Welcome back to Melanin Madam. Tonight is what's our night called? Queen Power and Queen Power. We the shit. Thank you for joining. That's the name of the damn show. So tonight's topic, let me tell you, I was thinking independent women be getting in trouble, but then I'm telling y'all I can't make this stuff up. God be sending me stuff. So then I went in to watch my African movie and about an independent woman, and I'll show a clip. But tonight's hot topic, let me tell you what I saw. And I swear, y'all, I plugged in both routers, and this thing is tripping. They don't want us to be great because we be telling people about themselves. So, before we get started, don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you head over to Talk to Rose and also subscribe to her channel and her page. Her show is going to be coming out a week from today. And so when she goes live, we want to show up and show out and make sure that we are there for the entire duration of the show. And then make sure you share that you should subscribe to her and chat. And Bro can introduce herself. I'm doing it in case she didn't.
Well, you said everything for me.
And
yeah, you did it because I was really eating over here.
I was trying to let you eat low key.
And I still have my ice cream to eat. Like, I don't know why I'm just like super starving.
Because you just ran in from work, dived in the door, and then hung up front of the counter. Well, eat.
I got it to the side. I'm like, excuse me, everybody.
Right. Well, they should be eating with us because that's why I don't want no podcast. I don't want my shit named podcast because I'm just inviting people into my space and we just have conversations about things because, honey, listen, I don't have time. It's too formal. My interviews I do formal. However, when you come into my home and we are talking, we are just talking, which is why we're comic, etc. So let me tell you, this what happened. So before I logged in, I saw Keke Palmer's baby daddy and boyfriend. Did you see that? So
I think he was just playing on it. I don't think he was serious.
Oh, you don't? Okay. Tell me more.
I just don't think he was serious because, first of all, they always together. So you knew what Keke Palmer had on before she left and went to Usher's concert. Even if y'all wasn't together, I'm pretty sure she FaceTimed you or anything. Like, I'm pretty sure he knew what she had on. I think he just said it. Because really ain't nothing. You somebody's mom. Everybody's somebody. Basically, 99% of the women are somebody's mom. So what you supposed to have on the moo-moo? But ever since she's had that baby, her glow up been real. She looked grown now. Like, she looked like a grown woman.
Okay. So this is why I pulled that one out, because you don't just get to be yourself. Once you get married, they want to throw a title on you. Once you have a baby, they want to throw expectations on you. Once you have a career, they want to throw expectations on you. If you lose or gain, we don't get a break. Like, even if that's what she wanted to be just that day, you don't think because all the work she's done since a young girl, to your point, having a baby, being with her man, being a good woman to her man, and then you want to go out and have all covered up in the summer right now.
Yeah, and you going to Usher concert. Shoot, like, you going to Usher's concert. You supposed to dress to impress.
Because anything can happen. Now y'all don't want to focus on the note she hit and made. You don't want to focus on that. It's just crazy to me. So for those that don't know how to know what we're talking about, let me put it up real quick. So hold on. Just in case you didn't see it. Let me tell you what I was thinking. I was thinking because she has such a clean record in the world that we live in, I think
She
you should
do.
have made a better choice. I don't think you should have played, even if you was playing. Second, first of all, because you use the words like morals and values, those are very big words. And then you talking to an unmarried mother.
Right. Right.
Morals and values, sir. Like, I don't think you should have did that, because then that literally was just posted and it's already up on TMZ.
Oh, did she ever reply back? I haven't been able to look and see if she replied back.
I didn't even see what he said myself.
Oh.
Yeah. Simply because I just didn't like that he said it at all, because that's just part of the problem. It's very unfortunate. Even with us talking back and forth like we do, bro. Think about how many times we like continue to, this is how I meant it, because you just want to make sure that if anybody chop it up, that basically they can't, because we already talk fast. And then you can't, because we keep saying it so that you can't like try to like put it on us that we said something different, you know?
And
So,
then what she had on still, she was still covered up. It was just like you know how you have the bodysuits on with the sheer dress.
yeah.
I mean, people would these girls nowadays that's her age have way less clothes on. Come on, let's take it.
And that's what I'm saying. Her clean record, like we're literally watching her before our eyes develop into an adult, because she has a clean record, and it's not a Disney record. It's just simply she has those morals and values on her own. She's a smart girl. But one comment like this, especially from your man,
exactly,
to take it away. So even if he was playing, I think it was poor judgment. What would have been the best for me is that even if it was on the bad side and like maybe people were sending him stuff because this is the time he wasn't there. Like, look what happened when you let your girl out. You know how people do when they hate you. Like, if he would have said something like, she's been such a great mom and such a great woman, she deserves to enjoy that. My bitch was fly. Like, that would have made it different. I would have responded that way. Even if that's
is it because it was Usher?
Of course it's because it was Usher.
Because if it was anybody else, would you have been tripping?
No, it wouldn't have been that, because it wouldn't have been that. But you have to have more security in yourself to know that, first of all, she's in front of cameras and on stage. It's not like she's backstage with him. Now, do the celebrities generally go backstage after the concert? Yes. But when you go backstage, it's usually a lot of people, and Usher is out for a little bit, and then usually he goes straight into an ice bath. You don't really see him like that, which is why you don't really see a lot of people with behind the scenes footage of Usher. Nobody ever noticed that. You don't really see it. You see it before, but not after. So, I mean,
so that's what he's doing afterwards, taking an ice bath.
Huh?
I said that's what he's doing afterwards, taking an ice bath.
We getting old.
So
the is you could like do it anywhere. She's got money to come and go as she please. So like think a little bit better, even if it was kind of goes into our topic of when a woman does have that a status, independence, a career, anything like that that matches or exceeds their mate. Is that beginning to shoot us in the foot? That's my question.
I don't know how to answer that one.
So I included AI stats in the actual post, because there are people that just be loud and wrong. So first, let me tell you something. When you take statistical data, is not 100% accurate. Here's the reason why. When you think about the questions that are being answered and they say 70% up, 80% up, any of those numbers, do you remember them asking you that question? So if they didn't ask you, that means they didn't ask everybody.
Everybody, yeah.
So that's the first thing. You got to think about of this question, was it Black people? Was it urban neighborhoods? Was it all of these things go into it, which is why when people even like Kevin Samuels would throw out data and analytics, I called him a clown, because you are a clown and you're playing on the fact that most people believe that data really means something. It doesn't. It just means of the people that you surveyed. Period. Right? But I pulled data from AI and I included it in our announcement for this show because it said just that. AI started with you have to remember these are not factual numbers because you got to include this, and this. And then it gave the reasons why people do different things. So one of the questions, give me 1 second to go into my AI. But it was about, perfect. It was asking, do men care about what women make? Reason why I asked this question is because when we talk about qualities that women have, and then when those of us that are on our way to successful have become successful, to contribute to a relationship is our success and our finances, meaning we could be a partner. Not that we're better, that we could be a partner. Then the comments go up with saying, don't nobody care about that. That's your problem. Nobody cares about money. And then you got goofy women chiming in as well. And then when you have a woman that's a gold digger, then they say, make your own money. Like, we don't get a break on either side. So the answer
that's
to that
a hard question. To me, that's a hard.
It's hard.
It's a real hard because a lot of men will say that they don't care how much a woman makes.
Mm-hmm.
But then some men say that they do but it's like like they said, it depends on who you're doing a survey for. Most men will say they don't care how much a woman makes, which I feel like they lying.
Most men we know.
Yeah.
That's my only point to continuing to say that. It's not most of anything because we only know about the people we're around. But in reality, no offense to anyone, I love you all, but most of the women that we're around are far more successful than the men.
Yeah,
and they say that, but then inside of their homes, what they're even flashing on the internet, saying they doing it, all of that, they're not even doing it. And we know that behind closed doors, but we won't say anything because we would never disrespect these men. Because we believe in them and we just feel like you're going to rise eventually. But in the meantime, you're contributing to that. None of these men. You're a liar. You're a fucking liar, as a matter of fact. Because what you should be doing, if you really weren't insecure, you would have no problem saying how much your queen is carrying you on her back.
Right.
You should be rubbing her feet.
But I think that's too
much like that. But in the Caucasian families that I have seen, and when I speak on an HR perspective as well, because the more of the executives and at the pet insurance company were women, but their men was at home, but they were Caucasian. And they were completely comfortable, but it made sense to them because the woman made more by the time they had kids. So that was just their thing. And it was nothing. And it's not supposed to be. That's the problem, is that the problem is made from the person's insecurity. But that was one of the questions. And these days and times, guys, tell your girl to get a job unless it costs more for daycare and she needs to stay at home, because sometimes you got to balance it out. But the economy is it's bad. Both people need to be working if you can. Or doing an at-home business. Just because you don't work don't mean you can't have an income. Here was the other question that I asked. I asked for the top 5 negative impacts of men with independent women. And it gave the same clause. I'm going to read it before she comes back in. Actually, I want to wait for her. No, I can say this word. It gave the same clause stating that it's based on personality, circumstances, culture, culture and everything. So we think small in the U.S. We don't think about everybody else in the world because we can do whatever we want to do. Other cultures, you literally can't do some of these things. So we have to consider that as well, which is why the don't care thing is not true. So what the first impact that it has is that it's insecurities and feeling of inadequacy. Men dating independent women may sometimes feel insecure and less confident in their own abilities if their partner appears self-reliant and successful. This can lead to feelings of inadequacy and strain in the relationship. I have a piece of advice for that one. Ro, what's your feedback?
Wait, say it one more time because I keep hearing other stuff. That's why I tried to go back and go in.
Okay. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna do something. That way you'll have it. Are you on your phone?
I'm on my phone.
Okay, I'll read it. Hold on, guys.
Sorry, everybody.
No, okay. Oh, you know what? I need to have the comments up.
I tried to put it in my Bluetooth, but it wouldn't connect.
Bro, it's okay. I'm gonna read it.
Okay.
Insecurities and feelings of inadequacy. Men dating independent women may sometimes feel insecure or less confident in their own abilities if their partner appears self-reliant or successful. This can lead to feelings of being inadequate and strain the relationship.
Yeah, I do believe that. I literally believe that. I had that happen in a couple of relationships. And like an example, when I first became a nurse, my boyfriend then, he was saying he didn't care, but he really did care. Like he didn't want me to do no overtime or nothing. And you know, with nurses, overtime come easily. And he was like, no, like you not doing no overtime. But I think it was just an ego thing in his mind that I was making more than him. But it wasn't like, I just think he knew that I didn't put it up in his face or nothing, but just to know that your girlfriend is making more than you. So now you got to step your game up. But I didn't ever feel like that because you still went to work every single day and did what you were supposed to do. So I don't, that's the thing. If a woman make more than you, like you said, 9 times out of 10, a lot of women nowadays are going to make more than the man. But as long as the man is doing what he's supposed to do, going to work and doing that, you can't fault him for that.
No, I feel like with that one, I personally have not experienced that. I only experienced it when I got married. And I'm just going to be honest because it's the truth. It's very interesting that when I got married, I made more than my husband. As our marriage has gone, he makes more than me because he entered into a field that skyrocketed his ass, and he does not have any student loans. My husband is come on. He is in a way better position to me. And that's one of the things, side note, I attribute to us getting married. Both of us were looking for better jobs and all of these things. And it seems, when we got married, blessings just started coming left and right. And for both of us, we got new jobs, but his trumped the fuck out of mine. And I was so elated, but for different reasons. So I got to have the comfort of a man that was extremely secure in who he was and what he till we was engaged 3 months. And Michelle had gave us like this checklist. So then we started working on the checklist, and I will never forget, I was sitting at his mom's kitchen table doing work, and I was like, fuck, when I show him this shit, he's about to act a fool. I'm finna lose my man. I really felt like that. So I logged into my bank, but just one of them. And I showed it to him, and he was like, oh, okay, cool. And he went in the kitchen and finished making food. But I was like, let me see how he looked when he come back out. He came back out and he was acting regular. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank God. That was the best feeling in the world. Then when he started making more money, things changed. Things changed at that point.
In the relationship with y'all?
Yeah, but not like he didn't start talking to me crazy. Nothing like that. The marriage changed, but the marriage changed because that saying, more money, more problems, that's a real saying. So when outside people discover that you make more money and they feel like they should be attached to it, or, then things could change because things start to get planted. So I will say that you're open to vulnerabilities you wouldn't know that you had. So there's so many ways that insecure piece can be taken, because it's not just with the couple. It could be outsiders.
Like basically, like they feel like they're entitled to whatever because he's making more now. That's what you're saying.
Or, when you get married, you start to look different. So your aura is different. So people looking at you and your glow up is because of your marriage. As soon as you separate from it, that glow up dummies down. It's God. It ain't nothing you could do. You can keep making the same amount. And this is an overall statement. This one is not for me, but I have watched it happen, and I could tell who the party is that's tripping, because God won't touch the one that's still doing what they're supposed to. The one is not, God's gonna touch him, because he's trying to get their attention back. And those type of things, I will say that my biggest advice is to think about who you are dating. If that's something that it is very unfair to date somebody who has a career path, the opportunity to make all of this money, or not make enough money and love what they do, like a teacher, right? And then you take it out on them later. Who the fuck are you? How dare you? Like, that's not right on either side. And then as the people on the outside, baby mama's going back for more child support because they done had 13 more kids and all this other shit. Like, that to me is a part of that feeling like, because the people are successful, it's a target on your head. It very much so is. The self-reliant piece, I don't think that's fair, because like right now, think about right now, the self-reliant I was 2 years ago is not the same self-reliant I am today.
Right.
You know what because the economy, I just saw something, the six figures is the new minimum wage.
Yeah, they said I seen something the other day, said making 100,000 is still like medium income. Like, that's not even high income anymore.
It's not though, bro, because think about, taxes went up, Edison went up, gas went up, water went up, insurance went up. If everything goes up, even just 5 to 10%, but you got a 6% raise, what are you doing now? You moving money
all the time. Like, they making everything go up, but the pay you get, like.
But in that token, it ain't fair to the companies either, because the companies is paying the same things we pay it at those higher prices. Here's the part where it's not going to be fair. Watch them get a break. But okay, so the second one is, hold on. Okay, perfect. The second one is, about the independent woman. Challenged role expectations. Traditional gender roles often place men as the primary providers and decision makers. Dating an independent woman who challenges or rejects these roles can sometimes create confusion or tension in the relationship, as both partners may struggle to redefine their roles. Here's my question to you. Do you feel like women that make more, or even bring in all the income, should be the decision maker?
Oh, people are gonna hate me for this. It depends on the
in a healthy relationship. Let me say, in a healthy relationship.
It depends on the relationship, because to me, a lot of women, I ain't gonna say all women, a lot of women, our minds are different than the men that we date or that we're married to. We're going to still make sure everything is done in the household, everything is paid and everything. Most of the men nowadays they don't have that mindset. So it's like, can I depend on you to make all the decisions? Are you going to do everything that's supposed to be done? Because most likely you're not. So that's why the woman in the household or the wife still has to be. But I know in the Bible it does say that the man is supposed to be the head of household, but you have to have those head of household qualities. You have to have those. Like you have to know how to do all that. That's why I feel like a lot of men, I don't know if you need to go, but to their defense, a lot of people, like we said before, grew up in single parent households, so they don't see a dad or a male figure be how they was back in the days that did everything, that was the decision makers and the head of household. We don't see that no more. So in their defense, in their defense, I can kind of say that a lot of people grew up with single moms, so they just seen their mom do it, and their moms is not really showing them how to do that. So it's like the moms have to teach the sons that. So a lot of men nowadays don't. So it's like we be feeling like, I'm not about to let you be the head of the household, the decision maker. Like, I don't trust you to do these things.
That it is fair, right? So I don't give anybody a pass in normal things. Normal things is being able to pay rent, gas, lights, all of those things have to be paid, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't give a pass. But what I do agree with is that they didn't see a couple making decisions.
No.
So they didn't see how a man would talk to a woman.
Right.
So what I will say is, on the reverse of that, if you in the household with your sister, then your sister didn't see how a woman talked to a man. So the same grace that needs to be on one side, it needs to be on the other.
It should be on both sides. That's why I be saying I'm not biased on things. I know I talk crazy and all that, but when it comes to certain stuff like that, I'll be like, you know what? And I'll get mad really fast now when it's stuff like that. But I'll be like, dang, you know what? I low-key can't even really get mad because whoopty whoop whoop. But it's still in the back of my mind, like, damn, we grown though. Like, so
here's where I could get mad, and let me tell you why. Mark was a really good communicator at first. Mark broke down a lot of my walls and things that I would just be sitting there like, I'm ready for you to say this shit. Because my prior boyfriends would come at me, talking to me like, this is the way it's supposed to go. Or not, like, who the fuck are you talking to? If you're talking to me like that, why would I listen to you? You're, first of all, not leading by how you started talking to her. You want her to obey and give respect and all of that, but you coming at her like you her dad. But then when she responds with her hands on her hip, you telling her not to talk to you like her mom. But you started talking to her like that. Men, be gentle with your women. Even if I had a man that did not know how to take care of a household, and it was his first time, he wasn't shown anything, I would appreciate you to just come to me and say, show me how, because I want to leave. I'm going to show you. I'll write it out for you. And it's nothing wrong with that.
But a lot of men are not going to say that because they say that we criticize them, so they can't open up and tell them.
Learn how to keep your mouth shut. If your relationship is good and he comes to you like that, he started out perfect.
Right.
So you need, when you help him, don't be talking to him like he's stupid. If y'all get into no argument, don't be talking about, you didn't know nothing before I taught you, blah, blah, blah. Don't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that. You just got to, if that's why we saying communication is the key, but that's the only reason why I give them, some of them men pass only. But I still feel like if you want to start a family, then you need to hold those qualities. Like, you can't depend, you cannot.
Go back to your mom. Wait, why can't if they too embarrassed or don't want to do it with us, why can't they go back to their mom and say, show me? That's
I just feel like they should be able to talk to their significant other. If that's who you with.
Right? If that's the case, and you already an adult, 30, 40, then just go back to your mom, because by that age you should know. Most of us have been on our own since we've been 20. Am I going to look at you crazy? Now, I would. I'm in my 40s, I would. But at 30, would I have? Probably, because my mouth wasn't too good in my early 30s. It was a carryover from my 20s.
And mine is just a carry on for the rest of my life.
No, it depends. Once you have certain amount of people come at you a certain way, you form your opinion based on your experience. So if you dated a lot of men for you that have done this, you are gonna, that's your expectation because that's what you've gotten. I have had the reverse, but I've also, my men, like as much fun as you've had, my men have been more wanting me to be reserved. So they put me in a bottle in a different way. But
yeah, it's the thing is that men don't understand, and a lot of men actually get mad about that when they say, "Oh, it's in the Bible." Then they want to use the Bible. Like, boy, shut up. In the
what
Bible,
did the comments say that we put up about Kiki? Y'all want to throw the Bible in there, but you're not my husband. The Bible says you shouldn't be in my bed, in my house.
The Bible says the man is the head of household. Well, act like the man.
They don't say head of household.
The whole thing about it is men don't understand. We want y'all to be the head of the household.
They don't say head of household.
Decisions. We want to be able to
provider.
Yeah, we want y'all to do all that. We don't want that on our shoulders. We want y'all to do that. Y'all think that we be wanting to do this. No, we want y'all to do it. We want you to do what you're supposed to do, what it says in the Bible. But y'all don't be doing that.
No. And if you do, there is a significant amount, yes, significant, because there's a significant amount of abuse that comes along with that, be it verbal, mental, psychological. I wouldn't do it. I couldn't be no at-home mom, sole provider, be my husband. I could run a business from home and minimize my time like that way. Or if actually,
I always said that too. I always said I never wanted to be a stay-at-home mom to where I had to depend on somebody else solely to take care of me. I would never be able to do that because you ain't gonna never get mad at me and I'm asking for some money, you tell me no. So if I had the chance to be a stay-at-home mom, I would still work part-time. Like I would still work part-time because I still need my own money coming in from somewhere. I just can't. I couldn't see myself doing that unless I'm married a millionaire or something, and I would be putting some money every week aside in a secret bank account or something.
Well, my aunt does it. I have an aunt, my Aunt Sophia, she's been an at-home mom this whole time. My Uncle Ronald gives her weekly allowance, or when he gets paid, she gets paid, and that's not the house money, that's her money. When he gets his bonus, he shares all of those things. And even though all of their kids, last one just graduated high school, that's how their setup is. But again, that she's not a prisoner. She has her own money. If something happened, like, do men really understand what that means for a woman not to work? That means that she want her hair done, tampons, everything.
Yeah, and now when you feel like it, no, I want my nails done every 2 weeks. I want my hair done. Like, I don't know.
That's a part of the abuse, though. To me, is that you humiliating her for have to ask you for stuff like that. But anyway, okay. The third one is oh, this is a good one. You're gonna love this one, Ro.
Oh,
you know all about it. This one said, independent women often prioritize their own needs and goals, which can lead to potential power struggles within the relationship. If both partners have strong opinions and a desire for control, conflict may arise. Not the bottom part, but the top part. Yeah. I was like, yeah, I was not stopping my goals for nothing. Like, I wasn't stopping my goals.
And I don't think that nobody should, a man or a woman. You should never stop your goals for somebody else.
No.
Like, you're gonna resent them some kind of way because of that. Nobody, male or female, should never stop their goals or whatever you want to do. Y'all may have to take turns doing it or whatever. Okay, you can go first and then I'll go. Like, but don't never let nobody stop you from doing nothing because I know you will resent them later on down the line.
You'll resent them, or you will be angry at yourself, because the reality is you shouldn't be resentful. You should be angry at yourself. You made the decision because you had a choice. Because I'm just saying, there were things that I gave as choices before I got married, and there were things given to me as choices. Mom, stop texting me. I'm on my phone. Put it in the comments or text the other phone. I don't have time for this from you tonight, man. Okay? She's gonna kill me. I saw the text go across the phone, but I can't read that. Send a message to this one, Mom. But oh shit, what was that? That's why I don't like people texting me on this phone when
it will mess you up, girl. Like,
it's not like an emergency, and I'll look and be like, what was I saying? Oh, there were things those are the things that you're supposed to sit down and talk about before. Like my very first business, I wanted in my maiden name. And the reason why I wanted it in my maiden name is because I lost my grandmother before I was born. I'm her namesake. That was important for me to have it in her name. However, when I started the business, we had a conversation. Oh, she did text the other phone. We had a conversation one night, and I let him know that the business is in my maiden name, but hell, that's not my niece and nephew's name either. All 4 of the kids and be able to hold positions if they go to college and all those other things. Now, what I did for that business is I locked it into that business. That way, when we have one, the other business can be so. I have a whole method to my madness, but the first one, because I got married late, think about how much you do before you have gotten married that you put into your dreams and your goals.
Right.
And to let it go on the last leg, I think it would be very selfish of your partner to even ask you to do something like that. We come from nothing. Nothing is handed to us. And if your partner's not holding something from you, it should be compromised. And something like that, my grandmother's name carrying, I'm the last one with her name. That's really, really important. Outside of that, I'm good. And I thought about things for his family as well, but I think that compromise is very important. Consideration of not just where you are, what the homie did, what your homegirl did, but those things that are important to your heart. And hopefully you don't have a laundry list, because that could be difficult for a partner. Just a couple things, I get it. But your whole life, you can't just keep your whole life and be with somebody else. Otherwise, why do people date like that? Why don't they just not date?
That's true.
Did you see Kendra yesterday? The one that she posted. Sorry, Mom, hold on. The one that she posted. No, Mom. So if you, she's talking about the money one. Yes, 30 years ago, it's their money. And these days, it's the same way, because you got to think culturally on a bigger scale. So like in Africa, in India, in those type of places, we've seen it. And I've interviewed people from there that said, no, that's how it is. If you go and you marry your husband, you go into his household, that's his baby. So if he divorced you, you can keep, that's his baby. And these are, I believe, not like South Africa, that's more advanced, but mostly, traditionally, tribally, it is his baby. If you leave, he puts you out of his house, and hopefully your family will take you back so that you could go back. But if you don't have no money and you a burden, they trying to push you back over there because he didn't pay. They still take bribes. That's why I don't want to do none of that. Like,
yeah, they do.
How are we being sold? We're as valuable as our woman part. If you don't have a baby fast enough.
Well, that's in other countries though, because
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, girl, that's why I be saying I want to go to one of their weddings, because I remember one of my coworkers, her husband had to bring her family all the money and all that. He brought all kind of goats and all kind of stuff. And I was like, well, how much is a goat worth? Like, I was serious. Like, I don't understand all this stuff.
They give the list based on what the person has. So ain't that some shit?
Yeah, so I was like, girl, that's what I wanted to come to, because I need to see what you worth. What it all that they have to bring.
And it's not even her value. It's just, to me, I associate it with greed, because if she'd have married somebody to come and marry one of y'all broke ass daughters ain't getting none of half of what
because I had two
your
of them.
daughter.
I had two actually African friends that got married, and one that her husband brought a grip of stuff, and then the other one, the family basically didn't bring nothing.
Yeah, because they couldn't afford it. It's based on what you have. That's why they want you to marry somebody rich and be with somebody rich, because then they put their list together of the things to bring in addition to the bride price. And they bring all of those things over or whatever. But how is that even a part of money? Money controls too much for me. Money
It really
controls too
does.
much.
Because it really does. Because nowadays, like we said, you don't even know if a person is with you for you or for what you have. So that goes back to us saying again, like, is a man mad at you for how much you make? Maybe one man might act like he don't care because he know, okay, I'm about to marry her, but her money gonna be my money too, so it don't matter if she make more than me. I'm gonna make her spend all her money on me anyways, so it don't matter if she makes more than me
because I'm gonna cheat on her anyway.
Exactly. So you don't know, it's like you don't even know nowadays who is really genuine or not. Like, they could put on a cold ass facade and really be having you dangerously in love, singing it like Beyonce. And it's all,
So you know that's me, my song to Mark.
Girl, that's my song too. That's my song to my future husband, whoever he is too. Dangerously in love.
Kasha got us a thing made, and it's a oh, my allergies. It's like the poster picture, kind of like this one I have behind me, and it's our picture on it with the lyrics of it. But I will tell you that with my husband, I'm still, no matter what we have ever been through, my money has never been a problem. His money has never been a problem.
But that's the way it should. It should be like that. But that's
never felt like that.
In our right now with society, you really don't know. So it's like, to me nowadays, it's better for a woman to almost try to find somebody that makes more than you a little bit, but you just don't know. You might fall in love with somebody that make less than you. So let me not say that.
That's what I'm saying. So it could be at any level. It could be somebody that makes less, but your credit is A1, and somebody opens a bunch of shit in your credit and runs it up. Money is the problem, not or the person is the problem with that money. And yes, these things are other cultures, where in the USA has nothing to do with culture, because so many other cultures are here now.
Yeah. All the ones that I'm talking about, that happened out here.
Exactly.
Those was both of them was my co-workers.
They're here now. So unfortunately, I don't have nothing to do with it, and people are adapting some of those things as it is beneficial to them. So,
well, my husband I need his family to bring over all the stuff.
No, you're the girl. Your family bring it to his family. We get nothing.
With them, they brought it to the daddy. The girl that was my friend that was getting married, her husband's family brought the stuff to her.
It is that way. Yeah, you don't get it, your mom will get it.
Yeah, right. So I'm gonna tell my mama what to say.
But they're not gonna talk to your mom. They're gonna talk to your uncles.
Or would they still talk to my dad?
Yes, your dad is still alive, right?
Yeah. I'll tell him what to say. I'm gonna tell him what to say, because
your dad and his brothers.
You owe me anyways. You owe me anyways, Daddy. So let me tell you what to say.
Start making your list now, twin. And so I need this only thing I need. I need what is it called when you get skin removed? I need that, and I need 26-inch hair, and I need a spa day, and they gonna know this was came from Americans.
Right. They gonna be like, come on now. Like, in actuality, this is cheaper. What we asking for.
I'm just saying, in real life, though. Like, please don't bring me no goat. Where am I put it?
Yeah, I don't want no animal, no farm animals or nothing. But out there, when you do it out there, they work a lot. Because, like I said, both of them got married and they from out here, but one of them went out there to have her
tribal wedding.
Yeah, I was about to say tribal because traditional is the one that they have that's like ours, right?
I think that's their traditional. One is traditional, and then one is legal.
Oh, no. One is traditional, so that's the African one. And
Yeah.
then it's the white gown, that's ours. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's
so
what they
she had her traditional one out there. And when she went out there, still they brought like the animals and stuff. That's when I was like, well, how much is a goat worth? Like, and it was people was laughing and stuff, but I was dead serious. Like, how much is it worth? And they were saying animals is worth a lot out there.
So this is what I saw. Quick cut over. So you know your value. Ladies, y'all need to know this stuff. And men, you need to know too. Y'all might be buying some damn goats. I don't know. But out there, I was watching this the eating channel that I was telling y'all about when I was just posted that if people drink blood and they make the blood blood bars or something. Anyway, a man was saying, African man was saying that they had money like 5 years ago, and because their money fluctuates so much, that money that they had became not worth nothing. And so people lost a lot of money. After that happened, I did the reverse. I took all my money that was still worth something and I went and bought cows. So he had like 30 cows. So, because your cows don't lose their value. They gain value as long as you keep them healthy. So he was like, livestock in his village was worth more because they could easily drop. Money is like stock, basically. Like I could have this $100, tomorrow it's not $100. I was like, wait, what? I didn't know that. Did you know that?
No. I'm like, well, how much am I worth in goats? Shit. And add that. And I'm about to sell them after that. How many goats am I worth?
I think your dad and the elder set the price and say, give me my value in cows, please. Thank you.
Yeah, they go. But I think my value would go down because I have a son. You know, all that stuff matters out there if you got kids and everything.
A virgin.
You can. I was just about to say a virgin. So out here, girl, we'll be worthless out here. Like y'all worth a half a cow.
No, they would have me come out there and do crime with me. That's what they would do. They'd be like, come out here and bring your account with you. That's what they would do with us. Come on out here. You my favorite daughter-in-law. And then they would start telling you what you're going to buy. So another place that disrespect occurs, and just to be clear, I will say this. The same shit is happening in America that's happening in those other countries. The only thing is, here, y'all some pussies. Y'all try to hide the shit. I'm talking about the bad mother-in-laws, the bad women that do these things, the bad men, the bad father-in-laws. Here's the reason why. Here, we try to say, oh, that person is being selfish. Oh, they don't want to help me. You do all of these things to guilt them into doing something for you. In those other countries, they make it clear. Oh, no, if you come in this family, I expect you to take care of me. Because your house is better than my house. You're way more secure and you have money. I'm not going to sit here and be hungry. You're going to help me. And then you have a choice whether you want to be in this family or not, right? But they essentially do the same thing.
Get married because
at all, bro. At all. We just going to build a little.
Ma'am. Look, nice meeting you, ma'am. I'm out.
No, but that goes back to the one we said with dating in your class, right? If I know that I have money and I don't want to share it, and it's not even share, if I don't want to pay their bills, right? I know not to even go over in that area. I can't marry you.
But in that case, you can't marry nobody with that family background.
That's what I'm saying. So we should
nobody with that. Yeah, you got to know that family background because there's other people that will make less money than you, family that won't think that.
Right.
And to me, I feel like if you and your husband is doing good, the only person that you should even think about taking care of is your mommy and daddy. Like, or if your grandparents and stuff is alive or something like that. Everybody.
No, my grandparents ain't my responsibility. That's y'all motherfucking problem. Y'all didn't. It's all. That's y'all.
Well, it just depends. It
don't depend. No.
I don't know because I never had.
You're responsible for everybody.
Yeah, I never had a grandma to like.
Me either.
to know if I would be like, oh, grandma, I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna take care of you. I don't know. So,
if you have one that greatly contribute, like, oh, okay, if I guess so. If my Aunt Lois needed help, I would.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's older people that you still would. That's just like, say, let's take her grandma raised her, but she still has her mom in her life. She ain't gonna just take care of her mama and not take care of her grandma.
Yes, mama, we have a choice. And those people do.
I would think that if you could take care of your parents and your grandparents, everybody else is optional. I'm not about to take care of everybody just because me and my husband is doing good. Now, if I was rich, and I mean rich, to where I could afford to take care of, I would be.
I'm gonna do as many as I can.
Yeah, I'm gonna give my sisters and brothers and my whatever y'all need. Like, I'm not paying y'all bills. I might give you money to go buy you a house cash. Okay, I did my part for you. You got a house that's paid off. You can survive after that. Like, I would like stuff like that. Okay, you got a house. You got a house. And like, I was
watching a Remy interview, and Remy said the same thing like what we be saying. She was like, people nowadays don't want to work for it. She was like, people will come to me and be like, oh, and she said people she been locked up with will come and be like, oh, can you put me on this thing I want to do? And she'll be like, I got something better. Come here, let me show you. Let me show you how to do it. That's the problem with people. You don't want to put them on a blah, blah. She was like, fuck you mean? She was like, then they tell her, you just don't, you got it. And she was like, and I'm going to motherfucking keep it. But do you understand some of the things that you ask for, how far down in the chain you are to even be asked to think that you shouldn't work? She said, but do you know how many people want to touch me just so that I can show them what to do? And if I give it to you, grow it however you want, do whatever how you want. And if I show you something and you grow it, I'm going to keep showing you something. Why wouldn't you want that? But that's the reality. When I be watching some of these shows, bro, it's crazy to me because, like, if the husband's family is the one who makes the money, they'll keep calling the woman that came out of their family and keep calling and being like, oh, we need this, oh, we need this, oh, we need this. First of all, the first thought is, he got his own family, and when you marry, the woman leaves the house. You are no longer responsible for her. So how come she's responsible for you if she marries rich? But they never ask, bro, pay for me to go to school. I'll even accept that one. Pay for me to go to school. Teach me a trade. Stand me up a business out here. No, they just keep calling money, money, money.
Yeah, pay for me to go to school. I would pay for somebody to go to school. But like I said, it'd have to be something like that. Like, oh, I'll buy y'all a house, but after that, that's it. Because you don't got nothing else to do. Now all you got to do is pay your utilities. It ain't nowhere in this world that you can't pay your utilities. So it just being independent, your whole family could think that you supposed to take care of them, not just a man, the whole family.
Because it starts with your family first. Let's just be clear, family and friends, because before you got into this relationship, you grew up with relationships. Mm-hmm. And that's sometimes why you could take certain things. I've noticed that I could tell by the way a person interacts with others, how they were conditioned in their home. Like those that feel like, oh, let's just say I say, oh, twin, give me $40. I need to go put gas in my car, but my car is not working. Or like when the fraud happened to me and I told like you, Elise, Hilda, my mom, all of y'all, Sonny, the first thing y'all said, Asia, do you need money? Because you knew all my, like what was happening. But what about those people? I could tell when people have been conditioned because they don't feel like they owe their money back. You know, and it's like, why don't you feel like you deserve your money back? Even if it's $20, $40. You deserve your money back, because if you keep giving it out, how are you going to get it? But then when I watch them with their family, I'll be like, oh, okay, you're guilted into, because you have worked so hard, you're guilted by what you have. Mm-hmm. And I said another good one. Remember how I used to post like, damn, I just said I booked a vacation, or as soon as somebody see me on vacation, oh, you need your rent, you need this, like big ticket shit y'all asking me for. Like, I just paid for this, so how do you think I have that? But they think we have it. Like she said, people do that with her, and she's like, that's the worst time you could ask somebody for money, even Because most of the time we having buyers remorse or trying to worry about like how we gonna put the money back. Because again, we came from nothing. It's just not flowing in. But
yeah, a lot of people do feel like that. I don't know why.
Why do you think people feel like that? Because it never fails. As soon as I do something,
I don't know why people think like that, because my mind don't ever feel like that. So in my mind, I can't phantom why other people think like that, because I just don't think like that.
Only thing that I've heard people say, TV, real life, hell, in HR. Well, you got it. Like people that feel like, well, the CEO has this amount of money. The CEO is a CEO. If you want to be a CEO, then be a CEO and you will make that type of money. The CEO cannot pay everybody what he makes. That's one of the dumbest things I ever heard. Why would what's under you? What's under you? Like the beginners.
The CNAs.
How could they possibly feel like they should make what you make with your credentials, your degree, your years of experience? But these days, they're really feeling like, do you know how hard I work? My nigga, do you know how hard I work? Do you know what I put in to get there? What?
And I hate when people say that too, because I tell CNAs all the time, I be like, I do feel like y'all should get paid more, because y'all are like the first hand. Y'all deal with the patients more than us, but then we still went to school longer than you guys. So I just hate that people feel like that, like, oh, like we should. I hate that, because I always tell people, just like I went to school, you can go to school too. Like everybody can be at the top of the totem pole.
But like Brittany said, they don't want to sacrifice to do that. They feel like, do you know what I do? Do you know what I do? You don't. Because as soon as you get in this role, then you're going to be saying this one is hard. And you feel like those people with that type of mindset, I don't feel like nothing is ever good enough for them. So even with like the money thing and being independent women, so-called, it hurts you in so many different spaces. But even in your relationship, if the man then starts making what you make, those insecurities don't go away, because he don't want you to make what he make. He wants, if he's like,
and I think like that too. I'll be feeling like, if a couple made the same amount, or y'all could be a power couple. Like, I don't know. I just think different. That's why I swear I be wanting to be in the man's mind just for one day.
I do. In a man's mind, and I want to be in his body so I can see who around him is telling him things, like how he formulated his opinion. Because I know on the reverse, like Gina said, everybody's saying you must come from a single mom. This mate probably who told you that. And then when we flip and be like, no, actually my uncles told me that. No, actually my papa told me that. It's not my mom that told me that. Stop thinking women is the one saying these things. It's a lot of times the same men that, you know, you shouldn't do this. They're telling their daughters, don't take nothing from no man. Make sure you can take care of yourself. Not one man is telling their daughter to be submissive.
No. When? The only person I actually heard say that is my pastor. And he really preaches about being submissive. But in other words, he'll still say saying a lot of women don't want to be submissive. He is both there. And he is saying
they go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. But I personally, because it's so far back, I don't see it ever going away, but I do see it being different things, that if in a healthy relationship, you indeed want a healthy relationship, it can be one. Like I said, I was never disrespected by my husband. I didn't even know that I made more than him. We didn't really talk about finance. He picked up the bill just like I would pick up the bill. He surprised me with things just like I would surprise him with things. We didn't really talk about that.
See, and I think that's you nowadays. You got to talk about finances before you get married. Like
we didn't talk about married, but I'm saying while we was dating, we didn't.
I guess while you dating, you don't have to. But if you start getting serious,
yeah, you definitely need to at that point, because you have to make some decisions. Or I guess you could ease the conversation. Maybe what do you think about easing the conversation, like discussing your wants, right? So if it's something like what area you want to live in, you want to own versus rent, what are you looking for to pay in that amount? If you like a car every 5 years, maybe your big ticket stuff, Do you save for your child's college fund? Maybe there's a list of things, like the big ticket stuff, you should talk about before you get married, like when you're dating and getting serious. Because if you can honestly say, yes, those are things I do or will do when I get married, that means you already have those finances to do it. If the person tells the truth, then that should cover that, right? Without telling exactly what you make.
Yeah.
Right. Can you afford another kid? Like if they have kids and you don't, can you afford another kid? And then explain what afford another kid means, because these ghetto ass people think affording a kid is, I'll save that for another show. So nobody don't cuss my ass out.
Yeah, that's a whole show in itself.
I don't have the energy to get cussed out.
Yeah, that's a whole other show in itself.
It's a whole nother show to it, and you know it, because what people think, oh, all it is this. Anytime somebody starts, I'll end with that. That's my chick for tonight. Anytime somebody starts with, it's only this, it's just that, it ain't that much. Oh, red flag.
Red flagger.
That's like me sitting here saying, oh, a college degree ain't that bad. What I will say is a master's is not. If you've already been in the field, and that was a requirement for my master's, no, that wasn't. However, a bachelor's, I cried. My soul cried. And I'm never going to pay it off. Okay? That's my advice. Anybody start with them phrases, that's some bullshit. That means they don't think with their brain. That means they probably don't have a budget, huh? They probably just don't.
It's just spending when they get it.
That's what it really means and why it's red flags. That's our next topic. Unless Ro picks something different. That's Ro. What are your closing remarks?
My closing remarks for independent women. I would just say that if you are an independent woman, don't dumb yourself down for anybody. Keep doing what you're supposed to do. Probably find you a spouse or a partner that's on the same level as you, so y'all always gonna think the same. You're not gonna have a person feel like, oh, if you make more than me, this. Like, y'all need to talk about that first, so that person won't be feeling like you're an independent woman, because y'all gonna be on the same level already. So that's my closing remarks. Oh yeah, and then to watch my podcast next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Talk to Rose.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Keep being an independent woman.
I don't know why, you just reminded me of Suki when you said that. And if y'all ain't been to Suki's page today, please go over there, because she is cutting up on Tasha K.
Tasha K, yeah. I can't even keep up with that, but I might do that tonight. So I
do that. If you don't do nothing else, just it's 10 whole slides. Suki is
I want to throw that in there too. My podcast, I'm not gonna be like Tasha K. I just don't like the way she goes after celebrities. To me, it's like she's trying to be the next Wendy Williams or something. Like she's trying to take Wendy Williams' spot.
That's what Suki
said. I don't like the way I just don't like the way she moves. I don't like that. So I know that's one thing that I wouldn't do, but I will go watch it. But she been making me mad lately, just off the things that she says. I don't like it.
So at least this is why I say you could go watch it on Suki's page, you guys, because when you don't like something that somebody does, do not click on their link. When you click on their link, especially for something like that, that's why they be saying, I don't care if you like me or not, I'm taking you all the way to the bank, because you're contributing to it. On Suki, is Suki talking about it.
Oh, so that makes sense why Tasha K do that, because she know we gonna go to her page and look at it. Girl, I didn't even, that's why I didn't even go.
We're not gonna grow fast, Ro. We're gonna grow at the pace we're supposed to grow, because we're not willing to sell our soul. Like that kind of stuff is not cool to me. And I'm not airing my laundry out like you posted. For $1 million, would you show your phone? I wouldn't show. Let me tell you, the only reason I show my phone is if somebody was on life support or Jesus himself said show my. I'm not showing my phone.
And not for $1 million. Y'all gonna have to come with way more than $1 million.
$1 million is the new 10,000. So on that note, we'll see you next week. We will be live on Tuesday. And then we will be in support of Ro on Wednesday. Have a good night.
Good night.